Emmy. So I know I've not posted in a long time, but I thought I'd come back with something a bit different to what I initially said I would post on here. I'm going to be talking about paranormal experiences that I've had throughout my life. I'm going to tell you just a couple of things from when I was younger. When I was really young, like maybe about 5 or 6, I used to live in this house on an estate, and it was an alright size house. It was kind of just average size, and the estate used to actually be the grounds of a hospital. So obviously, you got like sickness and death and all sorts of sadness and worry and suffering and stuff like that. So I mean, I'm not surprised if something paranormal came from that. So I used to experience the same thing a lot when I was that age in that house. It would always be in the hallway, and our hallway was like long. Then here was the front door, and here was the back of the hallway, which went into a little bathroom here, and the kitchen was kind of here. And it would often happen when I was sat eating in the kitchen, I'd be like sat around here, and I'd look into the hallway, and I'd see like this really, really tall, probably about 6 foot, cloaked, either black or white figure, kind of standing there or walking down one way or the other of the hallway. And yeah, that was just really weird, and it would never do anything, but it was just there walking, and it wasn't like out the corner of my eye. Like I'd full on be staring at it like straight on, and I'd still see it. And that never really scared me because I was just really young and thought it was just interesting, really. Like, oh my god, mum, there's a big tall black thing there. Like, what is that? And she'd always dismiss it because my family doesn't really believe in that sort of thing. So I mean that's been a bit annoying growing up and kind of being sensitive. No one that I live with believes me, so I have been having these experiences, and sometimes it's been traumatizing. And I can't speak to anyone that I live with, and it, that's a little frustrating. In horror movies when someone's experiencing like a demon or something, and they're like, yes, but all these things are happening, and then the husband or something might be like, oh no, nothing's happening, you're just going crazy, it's just weird. Well, that's what it feels like, and you get really frustrated. Then there was this other thing. Yes, so I remember this one time when it was in the morning, and we had all been down eating breakfast, and I decided to go upstairs and start to get changed. So I went upstairs, and our bedroom door was shut. I opened it, and as soon as I opened it, like the duvet on my bed kind of like depressed. I'd like it was kind of all like up, as though there was like something under it, or it was all like crumpled together. But as soon as I opened the door, just went like poof, and like laid flat. That was bizarre. I had forgotten about that until now. I don't know what it was because our cat was not in there. I checked under the covers. There was no one hiding. There was nothing. So I don't know. So, but that I think that's pretty much what happened in that house. When I was about 8, we moved house into this big house, and it was like it kind of Victorian, I think, and it had these massive gardens, and it had been a pub. I think it had been a pub twice in its life. And when we moved in, we knew that there were quite a few deaths that happened in the house. One time when it was a pub, there was a pub fight and some guy got murdered. Angry, vengeful spirit, check. Then there was someone who hung themselves from the rafters. Sad, angry spirit, check. And then we found out that we actually also lived next to a burial ground. So many spirits. Check. So, going into that house with that knowledge was a bit freaky. And I always found basement was the scariest room. That and my bedroom. One time we went down in the basement when we moved in, and my sister and I noticed that there was a blood stain on the wall. We were like, oh my god, that's so weird, that's so cool, it could be from the pub murder or something. So we used to take friends on a tour of the house. You move into a new house and it's exciting, so you're like, look at our new house, show you all the rooms. So yeah, we did that. And the one thing that was most exciting to show was the bloodstain on the wall. One time we were showing some people around and we went down in the basement and the bloodstain wasn't there anymore. And we went upstairs, we were like, Mum, did you clean the bloodstain off the wall? She's like, what? What bloodstain? Like, she had no clue. And it's not like she would lie to us about it. Like, she genuinely had no idea that there was this bloodstain on the wall that's just disappeared. And we were like, okay, that's kind of weird. And it was really bizarre. And yeah, I was just thinking about that one day, like a couple of years later, and my sister, I was saying it to her, like, am I imagining things, or was that a thing? She was like, oh my god, I know, that was weird. And it's not like she believes in that sort of stuff, but she does get scared by it. But she definitely doesn't believe in paranormal things. But she was like, yeah, that's one thing that just can't be explained, and it was really bizarre. So I'm glad that I know that it's not just me experiencing these things. Now, seeing as I have, remembered a lot of stories and told you about them, I'm going to tell you the other stories that I was going to tell you in another video, because it's gone on for a long time, way longer than I thought it would originally be. So I'm just going to leave those for another time, because I'm going to tell you anyway. I'd be interested to hear about if anyone else has had any experiences that are just a little, even if they're just a tiny bit, like, oh, that's a bit bizarre. Like, I can't explain this. Even if you don't directly believe in something paranormal, like if you're like my sister, who was like, no, I don't believe in anything paranormal, but what the hell was that? Yeah, just share that with me. No, that would be interesting.